until 4:30, and at that time we'll move on to other conversations as well. At 6 o'clock, it'll be time for you to get into your eyewitness situation update. I'll take us until 7 o'clock. Hand over to the football frenzy team 10 p.m. So you and I going to have a grace right here on Nigeria One Abuja. Don't forget that we are passionate, trustworthy, on, off air, line, and on the street. You also the Roundtable, the first hour of the Roundtable on YouTube right now at Abuja. Don't forget to the YouTube platform. Okay, and this time, share your thoughts. You can reach out via WhatsApp line, and the phone lines that will be open at that time. My guest is we're color coordinating today. Or whatever you choose to call it. Henry Oqua. Yes. He's a podcast again. We'll go through the headlines, making the rounds today and Roundtable, and just to see where we're headed as a country. Because every day comes with its station, and you feel as though you have passed certain things, only for it to rear its head again, as though that conversation was never had at all. And in case you're wondering how much you owe as a person individual, according to the report earlier today, it was about 400,000 naira. I'm like, wow, can I pay off? Can I? And maybe try to move on, because debt profile, it's tough right now. As much as it's no problem to get loans or take loans, it's what the loans bring. And you would wonder, friends, have all the loans we're taking in the past Nigeria, and how do we pay back? Anyway, another day. But we'll get into what we are talking about today. We're going to start with what SAN is saying regarding collecting pensions and those who are in public office, maybe governors who are moved to the legislature, who are lawmakers right now, and what the law says about that. It's conversation every now and again. People sharing varying views, does the constituency about it, and even these individuals who are affected this particular situation are to make any change. Do they respect us enough? Because imagine a lawmaker area. It makes you wonder, so what laws are going against the actual laws institution? Who are going to take it seriously? And in terms of what we can do, what options we can see there if indeed we get to the lawmaker is going against what the constitution says about certain things. Have you share your initial thought to detail as to what Mr. Falana is saying about what the law says about previous public office holders who in active service but then still collecting pension on the side?
So from what I know, it's unconstitutional to begin with. There's no place in the Constitution of Nigeria that says the office of the governor, for example, is office. That's where it starts from. I think beyond the Nigerian Constitution and all of that, but Buhari said something. I think it's valid here. He said all politics is, there are state governments or states that have abolished this, for themselves, and there's still some states that, despite the scarcity of funds, we don't have funds to pay work, can't pay minimum wage, we can't build infrastructure, we can renovate schools, we can't do anything about it, But people who even did a terrible job while they were governors, find their way, because I don't want to believe that these people were, this election was the true reflection of that time.
So would that be sorry to call you, would that be questioning the role of INEC, which would win a bit? But
so for me, I like the responsibility of the citizens, because at the end of the day, it's what that we get. There's a saying that says, "Who only get the kind of leadership that they deserve." If from our houses of assembly, state level, we can't elect the right of representatives. It's those guys who you to those offices that will tell the government, no, this can no longer happen. Because think about it, it's a budget that's presented to houses of assembly to review and approve. So the guys who have come to tell you, we are going to do things possible when we get to the house, are still have things. So where do we draw the line? You understand? Because I believe strongly that this issue, since there's no. We imagine Falana in his statement was literally begging these guys to say, listen, the things have gotten so bad, you cannot continue doing this. So it's our hands that our hands are not. We recently just concluded election proceedings, general elections, and that we've let our lesson. Or let's be going back to 2015, 2019, you have expected us to be more engaged, to be more involved of picking our leaders. It's a step-by-step thing. From your assembly to people you put as governors, to the people you put in the federal house, to highest seats in the land. That's
governors come out and decide to make public in terms of them dropping pension. We come out with a governor who's now a senator. You could listen, no one should pay me any pension anymore. I'm still holding public. I'll take the salary I paid right now. And you'd have assumed that would be like a driving motivation for others who pay twice. You're getting your pension, you're getting on the side, and you're seeing people who are able to get paid every other month because for some reason the state governors are not able to handle that. But so is also a human rights lawyer urged to emulate the Ogun State, former Governor Benga Gombe, Governor Ibrahim Dank. He also stated that since the Kwara Imo and State Houses of Assembly had abolished pension scheme, he admonished other houses to follow suit without any delay. Now, this brings us back to the state and what role actively play in terms of ensuring that this has not gone noticed, because it's as though nothing has been said about it and maybe it's taken as a joke where nobody's saying anything, nobody is pushing you, nobody is joining you by your neck or your ears to say you're doing wrong and you should make your ways right. And states effectively and actively pursue this to the very end wherein they are guilty of this. right thing? And how can citizens as well, for those who do the right thing, be made to sit up, recalled, if that's an option?
For me, it's up, yeah. We have something for citizens in every state. For example, where the government is expected to hold engagements with the citizens and discuss how they end the money that's for the coming fiscal year. You understand? Citizens don't engage at that level. It's possible to stop it at this point. And we're not just talking about pensions here. I think we should shed more light on what it is former governors get from the state on a yearly basis. Or a certain state in this country, the adjusted that's from the state for the former governor and deputy to get a lot of largesse. For example, a 200 million house, 200 million naira in Abuja or the state.
Is that one? It's an every 4-year thing.
To be honest, yeah, if we look at what one can do in a state, it is diabolical to request for this type of thing. 200 million is for the governor. 100 million. He gets aids from civil public service that they stay, security detail. Now, these are the same people we were talking about just a few weeks, for the last 2 weeks, we were engaged in this conversation about SUVs, exorbitant. So you finish a terrible job. Most likely loot his state trial because it comes in and says, yeah, I didn't find anything in the treasury. You finish that, you find your way into the National House of Assembly and asking, so you're looting from pocket. You're also looting from the pocket of. Now, it's
I suppose using the word loot, some of these people, for those who did not decide to pursue public more, should be made to enjoy what's the word of the hard work while in office for maybe 4 or 8 years. Case maybe.
So can we look at any state really there's been any real hard work done? For where we are, okay, let's use internally generated revenue. We're not enough to pay 30,000 naira minimum wage. It means that a large percentage of our population, in fact, they don't even reach poverty.
So yeah, way below the poverty line.
Way below. The survival on a daily basis is precarious. You understand what I mean? So for me, there's no other way to put it. I don't think it even be an entitlement. It shouldn't be something that should be able. We can't afford it. It's like leading you and you don't have the resource for certain lunches. Maybe you live in where I call it, Orange Market along Marabia, and you want a 65-inch TV in your house. You're not. Where we are at the moment, we're watching states debt profile increase on it. You're watching the federal debt profile also increase on it. This is not sustainable. And they will find out that we are paying that. We are also paying this type of oh boy.
It's too much to handle right now.
It's too much. It's not as if there's a special fund that comes from the sky. You get taxed. You bought a bus, you get taxed. You recharge card, you get taxed. You buy if you get taxed. So it's money that you would have used to live better. I think we need to drill it down, Nigerians, to understand that this money is not coming from some unknown place, some imagine. It's coming from our pockets. It's tax funds. Understand? Now, when we continue like this, we have to engage. We have to engage from our local communities. We don't engage, organize, this type of things will continue.
What's the punishment for going against the Constitution? Punishment for going against a law in the Constitution? Because nothing has been done, so there is no punishment for it. You've been expressly told to not involve in.
The Nigerian song, if you ask me who I will ask. Yeah, to be honest, we have penalties.
Yeah.
Do we? I think if you take a poll as to how many believe that actions have breaking the laws, they'll tell you that this meant to keep poor people in check. You get away with anything you want to get away with.
A conversation right now live on YouTube, Facebook, and in for Abuja. There's a roundtable. We've got the story for the day. As far as Mr. Falana SAN is talking electing pensions being unlawful, as well and others to look into it. Governors who have stopped collecting as the governor of Ogun State. Being on WhatsApp, it is 080990137. You can send a WhatsApp message on that. So comment on YouTube and Facebook and with your comments. Oludade Abedu says political leaders in Nigeria might be greedy because I can't understand how somebody will collect salary center and the same person will be thinking about pension. That's why they do about poor masses. That's what Oludade is saying at this time. Now, we need to get some clarity. If you are, for instance, collecting your pension as a governor and you were to become a public officer again, would you be mandated to collect pension once you leave that office? Would you be?
Before that, there are no pensions for lawmakers.
For lawmakers, yeah.
Although we know that principal officers have set
benefits.
Listen, let's tell us the truth. If this was not happening, if this was happening in our companies, would not. Yeah. If this was happening in our families. For me, the politics, what they want to do, they can say what they want to say. But yeah, I also understand another layer that Nigerians may be feeling, they feel as if they're not part of the system.
Pause you there for a bit so you continue after this break.
This is Nigeria Info.
Hey girl, you want this fun?
My name is Kimberly Wacho. I'm the Fat. And I bring you the biggest stories drive conversation every weekday here on Max 5.1 Nigeria Info Half Chill. Love to get your opinion on content, but the fact you cannot dispute. Here on Hard Facts. Let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
079930137. Looking at Facebook right now. Shout out to Jazu, Obunol, Daniel. Thank you for joining the conversation at this time. You can watch live on YouTube at Nigeria Info. Reactions to this, and then move on to our next. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Welcome.
My name is Solomon William from Plateau.
Solomon.
It is shocking that most governors in the states go back to become senators representing.
Solomon, your connection is breaking. Can you really see that helps? Hello, Solomon. I can barely hear you. Sorry, I have to let you call back and we'll try and see if we can hear you. Welcome. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I remember myself for allocating a sorry. The number one celebrity on the episode. The king himself.
One and only.
The
Thank you.
Itodo. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My brother, the truth of the matter is this. Only those will do what former governor gathered. Some of them were governors, servant or civil servant. They retired and still taking pension in that part. They went and become 8 years collecting pension and they are in the Senate. Or how could this country continue? How can we continue like this? How can we, with this manner of people, draining every little resource it has? Honestly, it's unfortunate. I listen to Falan Hassan and the poor that will put a stop to this. We are money. But these people keep making us right. Please, something must be done about it. I should be done out of urgency. Thank you very much for the report.
All right, thank you very much for calling in. Welcome.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine.
What?
My name is Thomas Alexander.
So can you project so we can hear you clearly?
Okay, are you hearing me now?
Let's try this.
Okay, these people, they are not ready to every day. Why I say so is that about your time, not about time, like CPLR, most governor and the politician that time, big men, big guys, therefore, in that time, they buy a position from the INEC. I do it that time. Because of this time around, we are happy that people and things get good, very nice. We are happy. Former election that happened, people, and they buy their way.
Let's not put that narrative out there, Comrade Sal. Let's focus on what we're talking about right now, which is... Hear me? Yes. Yes. Okay. So while looking for office at the time, did you buy your position? Did you?
Yeah.
I'm asking a question. When you were active service time, did you try to buy your position? Anyone first hand do that?
In PDP, I was a youth man. It answered at a big and the youth man for PDP before.
All right.
I know what I'm saying. This buying of the power before. You know that before. This election is completely. And just what you are just.
So what has that got to Comrade? I'm going to have to call you short second answer. What does it have to do with what is happening in terms of those who are collecting pension status? What does it have to do with it? Just so we understand what point is going to.
God bless you. God bless you. No, it's because of the way they come in. They are coming in a good way. They are not the masses, not the masses. They are using their power, use their way to come in. They want to, when they are doing it, they are passing up how to have empty their life. The constitution is not backing them up.
All right, Comrade, let's give room for others to calling as well for sharing your thoughts. Welcome.
Hello, Itodo.
Yes, good afternoon.
Agaba is one.
Welcome.
I agree with you. I agree Tinubu picking in the last quarter. What Tinubu picking is uncalled for. These people have been, some of these people have worked since 1999 up to. There are some money that they don't give account. But they don't give account to Tinubu. So there has the speaker, governor, clean the amount of 1,000. So security, you pay minimum 6 wage. The things at the moment, I think, actually give it them. And we are out of family. They don't have do you have what you may that them will be here? No, want to be sick and go. That's what always what's the humble thing. You want to give to them. We are happy for it. You have a thousand. We are going to want to them. It's so for maybe that people is there, but that money. You will be giving them.
Thank you for sharing your thought. Right now is 080-993-0. Think your name and your locations with your message. What's I say right now? To you to be refusing. Good and bad thing in the conversation at this time. And Ali Imbo's question is that I'm surely among the children. That's a question from Ali. Peter B is not known to be responders in about this, all right? And Papa in Metama said, it's sad that this thing happened. I think there should be a review of the constitution. This position is not by actual education and the employment job as 3-4 years. I think for 9 years, for 8 years, that you expect to pay pension. It's saddening. Papa, thank you for sharing your thought. What correct? Chris, a child asking for pension. If the constitution not such a tangible is morally wrong, they are remunerated and should greet them of contempt and always be great. Our governor should be suspect and should be right in their perspective. Right? I think that's right. For what next reacts to so far.
Well, I would know if the state is receiving this question, but I really hope that other governments don't know about who understand these things because are coming checks their personal license. It's not simple, you know. But I think that more people, I hope that it doesn't just stop here on this show, being more involved, being more engaged, you know, and because this is an airline, need the citizens too, you know. HR law, if you reach them, don't. Okay, yours was trying to say something, but his first of all was a bit. What he really trying to say is that there's enough GT hand to the process out of hands of people. I know, but when it comes you can do what you want to you have to give to him to do advice that we have to get involved. It was very, very important. I can't wait to do this. I love any one who's not being the one drilling up. Because that is not considered that people not saying maybe have to go up or feel they were trying to use no resource whatsoever. The last time that was it's like which one was telling I was a tenant and we should test these things. And the only way to discussions like this is for people, you know, we're in a committee, do know what the person know what because there's some this in Abuja for example that have rules. That's not fair of me. Yeah. Who is your council? Do you know that we must we make as well as I mean the last time Raj had walked we wake up before we have to wake on the period. They will know we are serious. They will know. All right. Engagement is a key. Okay, let's move on next now. You know, the election to go to Imo State real quick. See what police is so in terms of praying for the election. Report the impulse coming up on the Friday 6th, January 11, 2020 off-cycle election. Gives the idea of police director has announced the deposit in Imo State Ahmed Bade. I think he went to quickly. But they have an allegation on social media. Police in Imo State before election. We are changing Imo State, and they have been watched by organized labor, including the NLD and Tuesday day of complicity. A recent attack on Nawabro in already state with a last now. This do it. They will go on strike. You know, to put that and Lima said he was rescued and into protective mandate for good because trying to attack him. And he said out there was police who allegedly attacked him. Now all hand the federal government of the military police while also blaming the state with same relation attack of Jero. Though the governor has said it's in the attack of the body, they say the police have came to all the 3 days, caught him, mop of army verdict, being after the polls, and police respond, probably in all the offenses, respectively the electoral laws. Anybody finding getting in bid properly, he said, I think I had a lot of opposite when due. Not get the action, then, and that should be point where Anya is to redeem the bells. Of what the G has done in terms of ensuring that all the demand as it on strike is the report. The information who was almost involved in the Damas situation as well. I really love question as what can be done to correct. He had not been found guilty of anything yet, and what the people have raised right now could somebody else fulfill the duty of that. And look at your thoughts on the and the situation in North State. I think the heat INEC has received were last meeting. INEC has responsibility now, so without being an sound, we think we had enough of those ridiculous election results. I think we've come to where we can't take if they can't get the bilateral elections right, if they can even very close to what reflects the just of the people. I think would have killed Major milestone by then. But I understand it's still the same leadership. And there's nothing I've seen, to be honest, from my experience of not seeing anything that suggests that okay, and I opted the task of delivering credible elections to the elections.
Citizens for the general election that have bad the obstacle.
I think I will see
that will seem as though it's a disney. That will make them feel so there because may process this results will be transmitted electronically so that this relate those who fling up on their land. I'm not sure what that before. That means they have to they excuse those who try and get into the savant of that others, you know. But I mean the obstacle might be as say it's just 3 days, so the more has to do their own.
First we thought that before and into the elections. I think and they went to the elections. Also from this they were not by the congregation that you're in the 2 elections. They expect that you will process. I know there's a bit sorry. And if you remember instead of having conclusive and having good connections, you know. So this is a realm of good connections because at the end of the day, good results can be considered. Unless a really acceptable Nigerian, this rally was my win, but unless we can get that, then we will not get anything.
When do you think make the actual because switchy change here that would better system and now our elections in Nigeria would change the field that would also make more accountable to the operators?
That's a tough one because the electoral act is not too line. Yeah. The more you see, the less you stand. And as honest, to be really honest, we can't just only restore ideals. Yep. We see this election, even in this entire even the election, most noisy not as well as right now. So even that who are increasingly dissatisfied with political, I'm really hoping INEC had to want and how to put a feeling to that zone now.
All right, so let's confirm share that we say on the of smart infrastructure to continue to vote in leaders signed in the kind of bill objects for past governments. And Canadian say why I don't all Nigerian countries to the youth league for example part the past politicians have not been a working group. Good afternoon. Hey there. We can go to public or a different can you over to please can hear you. What's the name? We can hear you. Hey there. Okay, sir, to show the clock so you can hear what we are saying here. Welcome. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Mustafa calling from Oqua. I'm totally sorry to yes, this afternoon. He's doing hardest to give us credible actors. Not a political vote. If the world don't try to annul the politics, the will.
All right.
So from there to petitions. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Afternoon. What's your name? Yeah.
I don't speak about Miss Ambulance coming out. I don't know. It's like I will not my life. Even when I'm the decision of the all I have to.
Again, I question your list anecdotally, that way you change your vote. I have people complain that it's break voter count. It should not leave expectation. That leave you worrying. Voters don't count on election day. It gives you sideways south and not where you will go because blessed is my pleasant verse. What do you think that next doing? You would give you more confidence in system Nigeria? Well, good afternoon. James, come go ahead. Because the thing wrong with breaking you while speaking, you have you realize position, less helps. Let's read again. Sorry? Chris, can you call it? It's not going from the congress. Please hold so we can hear you follow simply, right? Go ahead.
First of all, I think according to leadership, something like trust that I never invest. He has opportunity. It's thoughtful. All before announcing. When you review that, has all them you want. So what
and actually, before you want that happened, you got to see that those things clean change, no situations, and all that. Linked the playing of areas.
You see, let's forget about what's like. TV. So, politically, affiliated into we have the represent 5 invest into that position. But almost all in of next affiliate, putting it on how they move, on how they are done election at the end. The next government has come again. I make sure that of commission or whatever has a political. I think when this will correct election, they're going to be taken and do of flag. I will make come about the
okay, welcome.
Hello?
Go Jerry.
No, I can do the things that good election. Two, after the exit line, I don't even think having the law of Nigeria. As far as any example, anything to do to them, then they should fly with you business. Because all the overshoot in the house of the assembly, all these things, those rules are short of. It's only business, and this person comes lots of a lot of him up the elections happening. I expect sure there's no damn good police. I know the commissioner of police anymore. The commissioner of damn commissioner of police, you come live when the wrong the activist.
That is the referred to. What is the referred surgery referring to?
Is under the commission of police. I can't fire.
Is there any evidence to show that all people that destroy home the activist referred to? Hold on now. Hurry up. That's a question. Is there any evidence out there that shows that John is that you refer to is the one hold by to do what you accuse? You're not Jay. All right, Jay. Welcome. You there? Sorry, you welcome. Okay, your next right. That one, I'm from Luda Beyonce with your ass. I next example. Okay, and who what should be done to change a bit playing, waiting on a message to come back up. But check what that wants to has big problem that you're doing right now. And this for in NMT Towers, INEC might not be given Nigeria applicable for this because it seems as though they always prefect is what BDN ban here. I think to be taken a major way, it can be Senate. We take all it and but tears don't manipulate the result of the process because no matter the politicians or what they do, it's still against the elections in Nigeria. But I know if there is a way to manipulate the process to pass. Alright. We have so not vote, some of those go wrong if I made the result. From action project that the suggestion be on put action in position. The BN process it was according to him, well electoral laws of the strongest fault that we pick the receipts. However, the concern is if the process to pick the nation is actually one paying, the other full time working. If the basic coming the Rex can see that step in point by the president, and if indeed all various civils have called to be recalled and basically just to have party affiliations.
Well, we can look at it separately from the Nigeria problem. We have a process that where these are confirmed and chairman is confirmed. And this is my that until Nigerians until we wake up until it's told that we can get we cannot change the situation till long dot. Yeah, maybe we should get a salt hamlet I was for move for the very and to cause trouble again. I think the I respond the cost of the election and gave people a feeling of position. Sorry, this is probably this is genuine because it comes to something. Yeah, we have this we cannot trust. This is local there. You have people politicians who want simple. This is common people say hey to me after the personal campaign and the land that is their Trump.
I'm good there for news for Clone. I'm looking on thought and with more. And for the news, 4 o'clock with no reaction to the Roundtable.
had learned this week.
In fact, that he has